What's good, GBO crew? It's your girl back with another video. And if you're new here,
oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
And today, man, I want to welcome you guys to my new series, a little series I like to call Talk to Me Tuesdays. You know, on Tuesdays, I decided, look, I'm going to talk to them real nice, like real nice, like. And I feel like on Talk to Me Tuesdays, I will pick a topic, or we will pick a topic. You know, you connect with me on Instagram. You know, shameless plug. Go follow the kid. You know what I'm saying? Follow me on Instagram, because that's where I'll be asking y'all questions, getting y'all input on some things, and what we're going to be talking about. And yeah, I've had this idea for a while, and I'm kind of just getting into it. I've actually, not even gonna cap y'all, I have filmed this video like 2 times already. First 2 times though, I had lashes on. Just took the lashes off, so I'm not messing. I'm not really. I'm just trying to get it right. This is the first time I've done something like in a podcast setting, so we're gonna figure this out together. Cause look, your girl she's trying her best right now. But anyways, the topic, man, we're going to be talking about today is marriage, and does anyone want to get married anymore? Now, I asked some of you guys on Instagram, and I got 3 different answers, which were both pretty good, and they transitioned me pretty well into some of my points that I'm going to talk about. But to answer the question for myself, does anyone want to get married anymore? So my answer is no. There is a big majority of people my age that I believe still do want to get married. However, the majority of people that don't or don't believe in marriage anymore may be bigger. So yeah, let's just jump into like, why is that? Maybe why are some reasons that, you know, people our generation don't really want to get married anymore. Also, please don't mind my hair. I literally just blow dried it, put that little cream of nature in there to get her, well, you know, get her smelling all good. You know what I'm saying? The girls love a nice little zhuzh, you know. But yeah, why are some reasons that, look, man, I gotta get my phone down, man. I gotta get my phone down. I'm sorry. Look, talk to me Tuesdays is we already going crazy. Like, no one want to talk to me before it's time to film, bro. Nobody. But look, our climate. What are some reasons? So when I say our climate, I mean like social media, Instagram, YouTube. You know, we have famous YouTube couples, Instagram couples, you know, all the above. I feel like you literally cannot go on YouTube without at least seeing one video pop in your recommended entitled house shopping with my boyfriend, or apartment shopping with my boyfriend. It's never really my husband. Or maybe occasionally you might get a fiance though. You know, we moving on up. Some of y'all getting fiancés now. So, but you know, I feel like basically doing everything that married people do without a ring or a marriage license to show for it has kind of become normalized. And when I talk about this, when I'm talking about YouTube couples and things like that, I'm not ragging on them or saying anything bad about them or trying to talk down on them, because look, there are some YouTube couples that I enjoy watching, and they aren't married. You know, they have kids or whatever. Everything in life has a certain plan, and everything works out in a certain way. In fact, one of my friends said, when I asked him, do y'all want to get married and then have kids? She said, I mean, ideally, but God's plan is God's plan. So one thing I want you guys to realize from this series is that I'm very open-minded. Even though I have certain beliefs, principles, and morals that I like to stick to, I am not so, oh no, this is my way, that's it, you're wrong, and that's on that. No, I'm very open-minded to various ways and how people see things. So basically, I can see different points of view. And I feel like, you know, I understand, you know, kind of that, you know, life doesn't always go how we plan. Look, if you're 5-year plan, you're in your 20s right now, like I am, and things are going exactly how you plan them, that's a hand clap right there. Because look, when I turned 21, life started hitting kind of different for sure. But you know, you gotta realize, you know, God's plan is God's plan. And I realized there's also a certain time and a certain place for things to be done, and you know, things to be done in a certain order. And we also, you know, as when you're in a relationship, you work and progress as a unit. So you know, you can't just outright and get married after like 6 months of knowing each other or for dating. It's not like that for everyone. I mean, back in the day, you know, most of our grandparents or maybe some of your parents got married, you know, after like freaking like maybe 3 weeks of just knowing each other. So, but nowadays you can't really do that. You really got to take your time. Well, our generation, you know, we really seem to take our time getting to know someone. So, but back to, you know, our climate. it's normalized, seeing people do what married people do without really being married is kind of just, we're used to seeing it. And I feel like a lot of times, especially with the generation, I believe, what is it, Z? I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to get into the millennial, all that type of stuff. But the generation, that kind of really absorbs social media a lot without really forming their own opinion about stuff. I feel like that's that type of lifestyle they cling to more because that's what they see. That's what they see on the internet when they go. They watch their favorite YouTubers, but they watch their favorite YouTubers and that's what they see. They see they have kids. They see they have a house. They're going apartment shopping. They're going house shopping but that's not her husband. That's not his wife. That's merely just his girlfriend. It's, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's become normalized. And personally for me, I don't want to play house because I feel like, what am I playing house for? Like, what are we doing? Because I just feel like if we living together, you know what I'm saying, all this stuff, that means at this point we probably splitting bills. Okay, so if we splitting bills, we need to split a little something, maybe put a diamond on my finger. I'm just saying. But that also leads me into another point that someone else pointed. They said yes, they want to get married, but marriage should be tested, live together, and grow first before making it official. The only problem I have with this theory of living together first is that you or the other party may get content. Like, first of all, our generation's already content enough. Once we start to really figure things out, as humans, sometimes we do get content with where we are now in life. Everyone does it. So I feel like sometimes with that, you risk being content. You'll live together for like 6 months and it turns to a year, and it turns into 2 years, and you're like, we've been together for this long. We're not married, but it's working out. Like, I really mess with you. You know what I'm saying? We living together. We splitting the bills. We out here getting this money. So why get married? It doesn't change anything for us. And so I feel like you risk that. But however, I do feel like one way that this could work, the living together first for making it official, one way that could work is if you guys have some common goal that you're working towards. That's another thing I want to get into. Maybe the goals are not the same. Some people date to marry and some people don't. So that all goes into the same thing. If y'all gonna live together, you gotta be like, okay, when we get to this certain point, certain time period, and if we're not here where we're supposed to be, maybe we need to really think about where our relationship is going to go, what we need to work on to make sure we get to that point, to make sure that we are ready to be married, to make that step, to take that jump. Also, that's why I say when you're talking to someone, your goals have to be the same. That's another reason why I feel like, people don't want to get married anymore, because the goal is not the same. You may want to get married, but he may not to. You may want to get married, bro, but she may not to. And that's just the reality of it. So I feel like after really 3 months of dating, y'all really got to talk about, like, what is your end game with me? What do you see happening? Because to me, I tell them straight up, look, this is not for funsies. I want my name dropped, okay? Like, you just gotta let them know. I'm not saying like that means proposing to me tomorrow after 3 months. I'm just saying, like, for the future, we get 2-3 years in, I want you to know that this is not no game to me. I'm dating you because I see a future with you. Because to me, it's like there'd be no point in me dating you if I really ain't see no future with you. Because then it's just like I said, then I'm dating for fun. And some people do that, and if you do that, that's your business. You know what I'm saying? Shorty, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But for me personally, like, nah, I would just be like, look, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. That's why I've been with you for so long. That's why I've been building with you for so long. So eventually we can take that step and be married and be one unit. And, I feel like sometimes the reality is people don't have that common goal. So, with the theory of living together first, I feel like that can work if you guys have the same common goal. So, I feel like that just you gotta line it up. You gotta line it up. So yeah, our climate goals not the same, and also another thing, home background, how you grew up, kind of what it was like, what your life was like at home. For me personally, my parents are divorced. They got divorced my freshman year of high school, I believe, and they were separated like 2-3 years before that. I'm not gonna lie, I got thirsty. After talking for like almost 40 minutes around the hour, I realized look, how y'all professional podcasters be out here with no bev? Y'all bugging out. But yeah, no, home background. My parents got divorced, they were separated. And I say this because I feel like your home background does affect a lot of how you view marriage, because I feel like when my parents got divorced, a lot of things changed about how I thought about marriage. Your parents, my parents, were the perfect vision, example of love that I had. And so when that ended, especially when that officially ended, it really, it hit kind of different. Because I know you're probably saying, like, well, Samaya, they were separated. Like, didn't you figure this was going to happen? And the answer is yes, but I feel like as a kid, being 13, 14, I still had this small, mild hope that my parents were going to get back together just naturally. So, I even though I knew it was a possibility that they couldn't, I was clinging on to the fact that, okay, they're separated right now, but maybe they can fix that. And they did. And so when they did come home that day and, I was after school, I got picked up. I think I got dropped off that day. Someone dropped me off home. And, they came in and told me everything was official. They were officially divorced. I remember I basically had an emotional breakdown that day. And I remember my dad saying to me, he was like, I'm actually kind of glad this happened to you. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? He was like, because when we were separated, you had no reaction to anything that was going on. You were so calm and you didn't talk, you didn't act out, you didn't rebel, you didn't do anything. And I feel like that was more bothersome. He was like, I would have much rather you have done something than done nothing, to let them know that I was feeling something. Like, what is going through my head? How am I handling all this is happening? I mean, like I told you guys, your parents, they're the first example of real love that you have in your life from a young age. So my parents are together for over 20 years. So that's why I say, I can't imagine, even after 4 years, bro, just being with someone for so long and then all of it just ending. Me and my best friend talk about this all the time. I always say, I really don't know if I would have the emotional capacity to go through something like that and then try another relationship. I feel like it's hard when you put so much time into one person, you build with that person for so long. And I'm talking about when you're dating 3-4 years and then, maybe you get married, maybe you don't. I can't even imagine that. So, I always think about, if I get married, I want someone over 10 plus years and then we get divorced or even separate. I'm like, bro, the emotional stress and trauma, with God's help, obviously, He gonna get me through it. But, that is something that I always, really, that's something I just feel like I really gotta ask God to give me strength for, because losing that, I don't know, man, that, like I said, it really messes with me sometimes, thinking about being married to someone, being with someone for so long, and then just being over. The concept of, your vows and everything, just I don't know, man, it really does get to me for sure. But that the home background and how I grew up also goes to my next topic, which one of them was generational cycles. I don't know about you guys, but in my family there is a history of divorce. Both my parents have been married before. My mom is remarried now. My dad is probably going to get remarried pretty soon. And one of my uncles has been married before. There's a generational cycle of divorce. And I know a lot of times me and my mom have talked about, she feels like me and my siblings. I have another brother. I have 2 brothers and one other sister. She said she feels like we could, be the ones to break the generational, I used to call it a curse, but the generational cycle we have of just divorce in the family. And because, like I said, with the home background, the generational cycle of divorce, it is scary. I feel like it has made me, because of everything that I've seen and what I went through. My parents got divorced and how it was on me as a kid and how I dealt with it. It makes me take dating in general a lot more seriously. It's really not a game to me, because I'm thinking, look, when I get married, the last thing I would want to do is put my child through what I went through when I was a freshman in high school. That is the last thing. And I feel like I know everyone may not think that way, but I just think I would not want to put any kid, especially not my kid, through that, because look, we're what they see love is. You know what I'm saying? We're the first real type of, that romantic, love that they see before they really have it on their own as they get older. And it's how can we skew that image that they have, this perfect example? But that's the thing about it. You can't put anyone on a pedestal, not even your parents, because people are humans and naturally we disappoint each other. But, as a kid, it's hard to just be like, don't put your parents on a pedestal. Bro, those are my parents. I look to them for everything. They raised me. I think, they know it all. I think they got it all figured out. But the reality is, obviously, you get older, you're like, that's not how it is. So along with the generational cycles, I feel like it's scary sometimes for me anyways. I always think, I don't want to end up like my parents. I want to end up like my uncle. I do have one uncle though. Him and his wife, my aunt, they've been married for over 20 years too. And, so it's like one of those things, like, it doesn't have to be a generational thing. My parents' mistakes other family members have made in the past does not have to define me and what I, do in a relationship or in the future when I get married, But that's much easier said than done. It's always going to be in the back of my mind. And it's something that I know to this day, when the time comes and I'm about to pursue another relationship with somebody, that is something I have to be prepared to face and think, just remind myself, you're not your parents, you're not your uncle, you're not your auntie. Like, this is you. This is your relationship. This, this is all you. So I feel like that's important. Generational cycles and home background can really affect maybe why some generations nowadays don't want to get married. I also feel like another big part of why maybe people don't want to get married anymore is like beliefs and morals. Most of y'all know I'm Christian. I grew up in church, so I do like dating in the traditional sense. We get married, and then we maybe have kids. You know what I'm saying? Do traditional thing. But I understand not everyone is like that. Some of y'all want to live together for a year, 6 months, for for sure that's who you want to spend the rest of your life with. And I totally get that. I'm one person. I want y'all to understand, as we talk about these topics, I'm a very open-minded person. Even though I have certain beliefs and principles, morals I like to stick to, does not mean that if you present your opinion to me, I'm gonna be like, I'm not like that. Hence why I asked you guys to really send me these responses to my questions, because it's important. And I want to know, what you guys think, besides like what my point of view is, because you guys may offer me a point of view that I didn't think about. So that's why I feel like that's important. But, how you grew up, and how, what you believe about how your family value marriage, and then that affects, how you value marriage, yourself as a person, how you choose to go about that. I feel like that all plays a big part, especially now into, whether you want to get married or not. And also, of course, should have known this was coming, commitment issues, because I feel like, everything, really, we have a lot of things in our generation. A lot of things are accessible to us. They're easy access. Little ASMR tingle for you. But nah. I feel like, especially, I don't even want to take this down really to just men and generalize. I feel like women can do this too. We realize there are so many different types of men, different types of women, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, well, she's different, he's different. Like, they got this vibe, we got this vibe. Why settle down with one person when I could just be with whoever I want, whenever I want? And, reality is people really do have that mindset. Now, for me personally, I want to share something special with one person for the rest of my life. The whole, honestly, to keep it a buck with y'all, keep it a thou wow. Even when, I'm talking to someone and I like them, I like only talking to one person. I'm not saying we're not dating, we're just talking, but I literally cannot focus on more than one person when it comes in terms of attraction, and I'm getting to know you. The thing about it, even though that's my standard and I just want to talk to you, I don't impose that same standard on a guy. I understand, you just talked to me, you met me, you're cool, you think I'm cute, I'm saying, but I'm not gonna discount the fact that maybe you do talk to other females. But I can't get mad at you though, because we're not dating, we're just talking. I completely get that, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel that has a lot to do. I'm an emotional person, and I feel like, first of all, when I like you, I don't serious. I really, it takes a lot for me to even trust people as friends. So if I actually go and attract to you and like you, you going crazy, my guy. So, that's just me. I just like to focus on one person. I don't really balance a whole bunch of that's not even really get side tangent. I don't get how some of y'all be cheating. Cause I would have been slipped up and homeboy would have known. You call me Darrell, my name's Terrence. Baby girl. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't, I don't know how it's y'all gotta lie on top of lies, and I can't do that. But commitment issues, easy access to everything, whether it be people or whatever, and people just see, why settle down with one person when I could just have whoever I want, and if they want the same thing, cool. Like I said, that percentage of people that don't want to get married may be bigger, so odds are you will probably encounter one person, in the process of trying to find who you want to marry that doesn't have the same end goal as you. and the fear of commitment. And I feel like even with, fear of commitment can even come from the generational cycles, like I told you, that I've experienced, and like what happened when my parents got divorced. Not fear of commitment, because I'm loyal. That's a lie. But I feel like there can, I don't know, maybe there can be a little bit of fear. See, I wrote this myself, and I'm even thinking about it. So y'all let me know, do you feel like, when with generational cycles and home background, can that instill a little bit of fear that maybe you don't want to commit at all? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe sometimes you just don't want to commit at all because you feel like, oh no, everyone in my family is divorced, from my parents are divorced, uncle's divorced, bro. Like, I don't just want to commit at all. So maybe there's a fear of commitment, maybe just fear of not committing at all because you're just scared that you will turn out like everyone else. So I feel like I do have that. I definitely know for sure. Have that little fear of no commitment, just maybe not want to commit at all because I'm scared, Like I said, we're keeping it a thou out. But yeah, I feel like those are pretty much some of the main reasons why people maybe don't want to get married anymore. Like I said, social media, home background, beliefs, morals, commitment issues, fear of commitment, fear of not committing at all, generational cycles, and then, the goals are not the same. Now, another thing I do want to ask y'all, and y'all can chime in the comments, is like, is it always going to be like this? Is the path our generation's on of just like, living together, having kids, going house shopping, apartment shopping with our boyfriends for the last 7 years, is that going to be the thing? Is that just is what it is? And that's really, I feel it's up for discussion. Like I said, I believe there's still a majority of us that do still want it the traditional way, want to do things, want to do things the right way, want to have a marriage that's right in the eyes of God. I believe some of us really do want that. So the only thing about it is just you got to find the person that has the same goals as you. You got to know you got to know if they end game. If they end game, then make it do what it do. Meet me at the altar in your white dress. Type, You gotta hit with the jagged edge, Girl, let's just get married. All right, I'm done. But no, I feel like in terms of, do I think the majority of us that want to get married, is that percentage going to get bigger? Probably not really, to be honest. But I think it may probably always be like this. I don't know. But I feel like maybe unless something really changes, I don't know, someone does something like phenomenal. Like, I don't know. There's a YouTube couple, actually, Nazanin Kavari and her husband Mel, which they were the first couple that I watched. I watched them date. And they actually eventually got married. They were together for like two years, I think. They just got married. And that was like really cool to me. That was exciting to me. I feel like, honestly, most of y'all, I'll be honest, when you watch YouTube couples, I feel like you eventually wait for the day where your fave, they're going to walk down the aisle. I feel like that's what we all look forward to. And then we look forward to them having kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really no different. I feel like naturally, I don't know, when I watch the YouTube couple and I really like them and I see, that they have something special, I want to see them, take that step and really, I don't know. When I see a YouTube couple, I want to see them get married. I want to see the wedding. I want to see the flowers. You know what I'm saying? I want to see all that. So, like I said, it is not like that for everyone. Life does not always turn out the way that we plan, but God's plan is God's plan. Amen, amen. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's really all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed Talk to Me Tuesdays, make sure you subscribe so we can keep it going. Also, be sure to give me a thumbs up as well so that you enjoyed the video. And also, don't forget to click that bell so that you get notified every single time that I post. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time with another video.